Welcome to Astar Tech Talk. This is chapter 12. Welcome to zKatana. So what I'll do is I'll do a little introduction. I'm joined here by Mario and Pierre, both part of our developer core team, and they'll introduce how to get test tokens on zKatana. And then more interesting, Pierre has a hard job of writing the smart contract, interacting with it, and doing fun things. So I'll share some slides here so we can get a quick overview of what we're doing. So today's agenda, I'll do a quick intro of what Astar Tech Talks is. That way, if you're not familiar with it, you have an idea what zKatana is. And then after that, we'll go into more of a demo of how to receive and bridge test tokens to zKatana. And then, like I said, Pierre, he'll go over how to deploy, verify, and interact with the smart contract on our layer 2 testnet. And then we'll have a Q&A. So if you have a question, drop the question in the question box that you have on Crowdcast. We have a few questions that we got beforehand, so we'll answer those at the end of the call. So what are Astar Tech Talks? They're created by our dev team to discuss interesting dev topics. So right now we have a lot of documentation about zk EVM, but it would be really nice to kind of do a walkthrough on how to use it. So we have that visual aspect as well. That's what this space is. We'll do a deep dive into technical topics for Astar Tech Talks. And also it's just a good time to bring up any questions you have, smart questions, dumb questions. They're all good to discuss. And the whole idea is you can refer to these tech talks. They're all recorded to help you build powerful dApps on Astar Network. And really, you can use these techniques that we're showing today on any EVM chain. And that's what's really powerful about Astar zKatana. So what is zKatana? It's the testnet for Astar zk EVM. That's the layer 2 scaling solution developed for Astar Network. And so what is Astar zk EVM? We have the testnet today. We're going to be launching the mainnet soon. But what Astar zk EVM is, it's an Ethereum layer 2 blockchain with the following benefits. So scalability, it ensures smooth operations during high transaction volumes via zk technology. And we use some of the technology developer kit from Polygon to expand our network to be truly Ethereum. Another benefit is significantly reduced transaction costs compared to building directly on Ethereum mainnet, making it really advantageous for any users that would use the dApps that you build. Still, it's EVM equivalent, so 99% of the tooling or anything you would do on the Ethereum mainnet, you can just use on Astar zk EVM. And probably one of the most important things, it derives its security from Ethereum mainnet. So you can build on Ethereum and still have that security. And so what I'll do is, that was just a quick intro. I'll have Mario take the stage and the screen, and he'll go over how to receive, bridge test tokens to zKatana, the testnet.
So this is our Astar docs. I hope many of you will recognize the place. So this is where we go. So zk EVM, it's straight on the top, and we'll go through some of the basically all the parts of the documentation we'll cover in this demo. So what the first thing you need to play on the Astar zk EVM is Ethereum tokens, and you don't have those directly on zKatana, so you need to transfer from Sepolia. Sepolia is Ethereum testnet. It's a less known brother of Gurley. It is quite new testnet, and it will be, that's the way I understand, soon it will be the main testnet for the Ethereum. So when you come first time to any network or any testnet network, you need to go to the faucet. So how you go to the faucet? So here you will, under the faucet, if you never connected to Sepolia, you would go to your MetaMask, and here on the left side, top left, I have Sepolia already, but you should have it as well. So when you come, you might have this button, toggle button, grade, so enable it, and Girly and Sepolia will be there always. So this is my testnet account. I have a couple, but I need to go to any of those links. They'll show you a few. So the first one is probably the best. You get the most of the tokens. It is actually protected by some work your computer needs to do. So it will burn some electricity on your computer, and but for that you will get 2.5 ETH. This is probably the most generous Sepolia faucet that I know about. We won't do this because this takes one day to get 2.5 ETH. The second one, this is a simple one. You can get, so you connect your wallet, your MetaMask, and then you say, okay, Ethereum, Sepolia, and this is my address. And then if you do continue, you can get 0.1. Okay, it requires some tokens on mainnet. We won't do it this way, but you can get 0.1 if you retweet.
Okay, so I will show you how to deploy a smart contract, how to verify like in Block Explorer, and make it verify, and also make some transaction and check everything, the gas consumption and so on. So today I will use Remix, so integrated in the browser, because for me just the most easy if you want to hack around. Of course, if you want to do a serious project, you can use tools like Hard Hat, for example. But today, like for the simplicity, I will use Remix. So here, this is a contract named Token. It's a basic ERC20 imported from OpenZeppelin. We have a token, so ATT. Let me rename it to tech, and here to Astar tech token to Astar TT. And when it will be constructor will be called, it will mean some token to the deployer. As we want to deploy this token on chain and also to make it verify and its use in import, it's important to actually flatten the contract. What does it mean? That means everything that is imported will actually be inside like only one full contract, so that it will be easier to be verified. So the really great thing about Remix is like you can take your contract, right click, and here you have a flatten. You click on flatten, you wait 1 second, and then you have like your contract that is flattened. So basically this import here has been like is now part of the contract. So you can see like it's now a 500 lines. So let's compile it. So here I will use this compiler, and here you can click on advanced configurations. Language is Solidity, of course. EVM version by default is set to default, so you can keep it like this. And you can, of course, it's better to enable optimization and to set it to 200. Then you click on compile. It will compile it. Now that is compiled, let's deploy it using this tab. So the environment, by default, it's, I think, Remix VM Shanghai, but we want to deploy it to a live environment. So you need to choose injected provider MetaMask, then open your MetaMask, put your password, and then select zKatana testnet. Okay, and here you are connected. Then you can select the account you want to deploy it to. So here it will be, for example, account 2. You can see it here. The account, you can choose which account you want to use. And here's the contract. The contract name is token. This one are the interface. So please choose actually your contract name here, and then you click on deploy. Then it will pop up a MetaMask. You can see that we are in zKatana testnet. I'm using account 2, and you can see the estimated gas fee. They're actually less than 1 cent, but I think there is some rounding happening. So we confirm, and then our contract is deployed here. We can see all the transaction we can interact with. So this is callable function, and here you have the query function. So decimal is 18, name is Astar ATT, and symbol is tech. So now let's add it to our MetaMask as an ERC20. So here I go in tokens and import token contract address. I passed it, and you can see that it fetch automatically the token symbol and token decimal. I click on next, and then it also detects that I have a grid balance of it because it has been minted upon instantiation. So I click import, and now I have the token here. Now let's have a look in the block explorer. So for zKatana, we use Block Scout as block explorer. So you can go to this address. Then I passed the contract. It can take like several seconds actually to be in the block explorer for indexing the transaction. But here you can see this is our contract, and there is only one transaction right now, which was a contract creation. And if I want to verify the contract, I go to here, I click on Astar TT, so this is ERC20. And then I go to contract, and here you can see the bytecode of the contract, but this is not really informative, so we can verify and publish the code. So as we have done in the beginning, the code is flattened, so we choose flattened. Compiler version, you go to Remix, and here we use 8.22, so 8.22. EVM version default, and optimization enable 200, as you can see it here. Then contract code, I just copy paste all the code, and I click on verify and publish, and then it's a success. And now when I go to contract, you can see a lot of useful information. So first, all the contract code, so you know what you interact with, and also you can read contract from the block explorer. It takes some time first to just index everything, so it might take 1 minute or 2, and then here you can also interact with the contract through the block explorer. So it's really interesting for people that want to use your contract if you don't have a dApp front end. So now now that I've added the token, so it can be here, tech, let's send it. So let's send some amount to account 1 using MetaMask. So I would say send 100. I click on next. Okay, you can see that the fee is like below 1 cent. And then click on confirm, then it's pending and it's confirmed. Now if I go to the contract details, you can see transaction 1. Of course, it takes several seconds. So let me take my address, account 2. Okay. And yeah, I think it will take like some second to actually scan the new transaction. Before we check the transaction info, I want to say that here in the doc under Astar zKVM, you have integration part. And here you can see already what has been integrated to the testnet. So we have a lot of account abstraction tools. We have automation and off-chain data. We have a bridge and relays. We have already indexers, Oracle, and wallets. So please have a look. Like everything is already part of the testnet. And one last, not one last thing, but one big thing is that we already have DEX, the leading DEX on Polygon actually deployed to our testnet and is planned to deploy on the mainnet when it will be ready. And here you can see that I'm in a zKatana network, and you can play with swap and create your own pool. So if you want to already start hacking with DeFi, you can using swap. So this is our transaction from 2 minutes ago, and you can see that I've sent 100 of tech token, and the transaction cost is like ridiculous. And of course, the transaction, like the gas fees, are mainly are taken from the mainnet, so it depends on the mainnet price. I mean, on the layer 1 price, sorry, and it will be the same for the mainnet. It will be highly dependent on the L1 Ethereum mainnet price, but of course, way cheaper than L1 transaction. I think that's all from me. If you don't have questions.
Let's say I'll use Sepolia, I'll break this one. And then I'll paste it here and I'll say I'm not robot yet. And I got one. So I got a half. So soon here we should see almost one. Okay, here we go. So I have one ETH. Let's now go to the bridge. For the bridge, we will use our Astar Network bridge. There is one also bridge from Gelato, but we'll skip it for now. So go to Astar, so portal Astar Network, and go to the tab. It's opening. Come on, Astar Bridge. Yeah, okay. Coming. Yeah, sorry. Okay, and then on the bridge, I need to connect. I'll connect with my, and so I need to be on zKatana and on the bridge here on the left. And then I'll just do a bit like this. Okay, so this is how much I have on this account, so 0.99. And I will bridge to zKatana. I already have some tokens here. So let's transfer now. What would be good one? 51. So 51 would, don't just do 0.51. That would make
I'll just bring up the questions. There's a few from before. We can start with that. And there was a couple from the chat that I added.
Okay.
So the first one, what indexer should I use?
So there is in the doc Can I answer to the question directly? Comment. I'm adding it in comment. So there's two indexer already available, which is subquery and subsquid. This is a tool like that we are promoting in Astar for zKatana. There might be more that are compatible with zkVM rollups, but this is a tool we are promoting, so I think it's enough.
All right, thank you. Another Q&A. We'll say done with that. Let's go down to. Okay, here's one. This came from the chat. So do people need to run nodes for Astar zkVM? They've seen this question a few times in Discord.
No, people don't need to run node as it is a layer 2. We are in charge of the infra, and the infra is actually like it's a ZK. It will create a ZK proof with our wallup transaction, and then we'll post this to the mainnet layer 1. So there is no node part is under Astar responsibility.
All right, thanks.
Our DevOps, thanks to them, by the way.
Awesome. We'll have to get them like DevOps on here again. I think it's been a while since we did like a DevOps Astar Tech Talk.
True, yeah.
Here's one. I think you already answered this in the comments. But
yeah, I think it's about Astar, and yeah, already answered in the comment. It will come like the following days. We are still it's like in pull request.
Yeah, and the other thing is too, if you want to kind of follow tokenomics and inflation, just the main website, you can follow the star map. I'll put a link in the comment box for us, and then whenever we have updates with tokenomics, you'll see that there, and you can learn more about it in our documentation or a blog that we push. Okay, let's do this one. Can I create dApps that use the bridge?
Yes, you can, of course. For example, what we have integrated to Astar portal to bridge right now, it can only bridge ETH, so Ethereum. I mean, it's simple layer basically, but to bridge like a native token from this testnet. I think this week or something, we'll be able to actually bridge ERC20. And if there is demand, we'll maybe introduce a way to bridge NFT as well. But basically, anyone can use, there's a bridge contract that is deployed on Sepolia and on zKatana that can actually bridge any message. I've created some, I will share, let me share in chat. I've created some example. Of course, it's forked from the Polygon bridge, but I adapted those example for our zKatana testnet. And you will see those contracts actually can bridge like there's an example of a ping pong, there's an example of ERC20, there's an example of ERC721, but basically it's all time the same thing. So I let you check those examples, try it yourself, and then you will understand. Send it in chat. So the answer is yes, basically.
Okay, and I think that actually answers another question. I think this is one beforehand, but can I bridge ERC20 and NFT from Ethereum to zKatana? So
yes, you can. So for ERC20, you can via portal. For ERC721, it's not integrated to portal yet, but you can still do it by deploying actually your own wrapper contract on zKatana side and use a bridge to actually mint and burn your synthetic asset. So yeah, it's already possible to do.
All right, thanks. So it's done, and this is the last one here. Is what is going to be the block time for Astar zk EVM, and is it possible, and the possible average gas fees? That's a really tough one because it's new.
No, it's okay. The block time, it's 2 seconds. It can vary between 2 and 3. And for the possible average gas fees, you can check our doc. There is like actually a doc about gas fees if you want to deep dive into it. But basically, the gas fees will be correlated to the one on the L1, and we apply a factor on it that is like half of the price of it, because of course, as all your transaction will be roll-upped, and only like the zk proof will be posted on layer 1. Of course, the gas is cheaper. But basically, it will fluctuate based on the L1 price, and we apply a factor to this price. That is also, let's say, can be updated by hours. So if you deploy a dApp, you should actually get it's in the doc, but you should query the gas price using our gas station.
All right. Thanks for that answer. And I tried inviting Mario again, but I think we're going to have to do the testnet token some other time. But I did put the docs in the chat. It's very easy. Even I did it, getting testnet tokens and bridging it. It's quite simple. And if you need help, you can always go to the Discord, and that's where we're at to do more walkthrough with it, especially the first time.
Yeah.
It's very good to break up the day too. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we are really excited about this zk adventure. So we're really glad to help anyone that want to try and experience it.
So the last little bit here with the Q&A, these are some useful links to start building zk EVM. What I'll do is I'll leave this on the screen for a second. That way you could have it, but I also put it in the chat, so it's easy just to copy paste. So if you're looking at the recording or you look at on Crowdcast, you'll have access to this. And other than that, thanks for coming to the space, and too bad Mario can't say goodbye, but thanks Pierre for showing up.
Thanks everybody for attending.